Right, welcome back to the Building You podcast with Hayley Mulenda, where we talk all things personal development. In this podcast, we focus on building you before you build that empire. Listen, I'm all about you building the empire. I'm all about you, getting the great accolades, the great title, all them things, getting multi-award winning. I'm all about that. But before we just focus on building what you want to build, focus on building you. And in this episode, I'm going to be speaking about friends. Friends. And I'm not talking the TV show. I'm talking about what about your friends that are gonna eat you up, that are gonna eat up again. No, listen, that TLC song, I love it. And you know, it's one of them things where I listened to the song and I never thought that this song would actually apply to me. In a sense of, there's certain songs that you listen to and you don't really deep the lyrics until you're older. And I feel like with that song specifically, I didn't realize that song is actually real. Like, what about your friends? And today I want to talk about your friendships and what type of standard and what type of friendships do you have in your life? What type of friendships are you entertaining in your life? Reason being is because if we think about friendships, if we think about the context of friends, I feel like there's so much material out there in terms of relationships. I think there's so much material out there in terms of marriage. There's so much materials out there on so many things, on speaking, on being a businessman, on money, on this and that. And there's not enough resources on friends. And when we think about everyone, every single person needs a friend. Every single person needs a healthy friendship. And let me repeat that again. Healthy friendship. Reason being is because I've seen that just because someone is a friend, it doesn't mean they're healthy. And I've seen that many people will entertain toxic friendships for the sake of loyalty, for the sake of how long you've known them for, or because of the things they've done for you. The manipulating friends. You remember when I paid for this? Remember? Nah, mate. Nah, mate. Listen. I don't care if you buck me out in Peckham. I don't care where you got me from. I don't care what you done for me, darling. If you ain't a loyal friend, if you're not a good person, if you're not healthy for my environment, you can duck out. Listen, if there's something that I've learned about life, if there's something that even that's really been laid on my heart, especially in the time that I'm in my life, is about friends, man. Friends. Can we talk? Can we actually be real about friendship breakups? Because listen, I've been through heartbreak in terms of relationship, and I've been through friendship heartbreak, and I don't know which one is just as painful. They're just as painful. Friendship heartbreaks are real. What? When that friend, listen, especially for me as a female, the type of friendships that females have, it's kind of like you're in a relationship with them, but you're in a relationship with them in a sense of, like girls especially, we're so like touchy, we hold hands, we hug, we share the bed together, we're like, we just girls, you know what I mean? If you're listening to, and if you're a girl, you know this, like there's the friends that, you'll share the same plate together, you'll do so much, you like they're literally your sisters, but they're also like you're in a relationship with them. So it's like you see them cry, you want to cry. Like that is how girls relate on another level. I mean, I can't talk for the bros, I can't talk for the brothers right now, but I'm sure that when man them break up with their guys, especially man them as well, you lot roll in a pack. So when someone breaks off the pack, you guys feel it. You always feel it when someone's not in the pack. You always feel like when someone's not there, when someone's not present, when a guy is moving mad. I've heard so many stories of guys when they go through friendship breakups as well, and I definitely will be bringing a guy for the next time I speak about this and kind of understanding male friendships, female friendships, and as to whether females and males can actually have healthy friendships. Listen, don't worry, I've got a lot in mind, a lot in store for this podcast, but for this episode, what I really wanted to do is I wanted to talk about friendships. I want to talk about what about your friends? Literally, that what about your friends is a real thing. Sometimes you do need to step back in your life and say, wow, what about your friends? What type of friends do you have? What type of friends are you entertaining? Because if I think about the different seasons that I've been through in my life and the different times I've been through in my life, I'm always looking back to the type of friends I had around me in that season. The type of friends what I had when I started my business. The type of friends that I had around me when my business plummeted. The type of friends I had around me when I had depression. The type of friends I had around me when I was suicidal. The type of friends I had around me when I was winning awards. The type of friends I had around me when I lost a family member. This is such an important question. You have to ask yourself, what about your friends? And I feel like I'm in a time in my life where I've actually started to learn what healthy friendships really look like and what does a friend actually look like, we think about friends. I'll be there for you, and and it's like, okay, cool. They will be there. Friends are meant to be there. And I remember I tweeted something out, not recently, but maybe like late last year, and I said an inconsistent friend is not a friend. And people were like, no, you can't say that because I'm going through life and I could be going through things and that can make me inconsistent. No, I never said inconsistent for a season. I meant inconsistency means you've been inconsistent over times. It means you've been unavailable. You haven't been emotionally present. You haven't been present in my life. If you're inconsistent in the presence in my life, you shouldn't be classing yourself as a friend. I'll never understand those people who will only say hi to you on a Monday, a Tuesday and a Wednesday, but they won't say hi to you Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Listen, bun your hello, yeah? If you don't want to come say hello to me all day week and all throughout the week, don't say hello to me at all. Keep that same energy throughout, bro, because I'm not trying to be those people that where I don't know where I stand with you. Those are the most toxic people, passive friends. You don't know where you stand with them. You don't know if they like you. You don't know where you stand with them. You don't know if they have a problem with you. You never know where you're at with them. You're always on edge with them. That's one. These I'm going to be naming the signs of toxic friendships and the type of people you need to stay far away. Those type of people you need to. Passive friends are scared. Nella Rose, scary. Like, yo, scary, as in capital S, scary. Passive friends, because you don't know where you stand with them. You don't know what they, and yeah, you just don't know where you stand with them. Number 2, the gossip friends. Yeah, let's be honest. The gossip friends are really bad, because if they're talking to you about their friend's business, who's to say they're not going to talk about you? Yo, like, I've got family members that like, you know, I've got a cousin of mine who has told me all her friends' business, and I'm like, yeah, you're definitely, I don't care if you're my cousin, I'm definitely not telling you mine, because you'll go to those exact same friends, be like, yeah, Hayley's on this and Hayley's on this and Hayley's going through this. Like, no. If someone feels comfortable to come and speak to you about their business, that means they feel comfortable to go and speak your business too. And you need to be mindful of those people, the gossip friends, yeah? I always say, number 3, the liability friends. They always pop up when they need you. They always pop up when they need something from you. They're never present when you need something, but they're always present when they need something. Those are the liability friends. Those are the friends that want to drain you. Those are the friends that want to drag you down. Those are the friends that ain't good for you. Yeah. So those are the liability friends. Let me think, what's another friendship? Oh, the social friends. The social friends are not toxic, are quite toxic. Reason being is because they're only friends with you because of social settings. They only want to be friends with you because of what it appears to be, you know, cool. And the reason why I say social friends are quite dangerous, yes, I do believe you can make good friendships on social media. I've got some amazing friends that I built off. I wouldn't say that I built off social media in terms of we connected through social media, and we connected outside and off social media, and now we're really, really good friends. But the social friends is the type of friends that basically society will tell you to be friends with someone because society would tell you to be friends with someone because they're multi-award winning and you're multi-award winning. So I'm an international speaker, and society would tell me to be friends with an international speaker because we do similar things and we're both powerhouses and we're doing this, we're doing that. And it's like, no. I shouldn't be connecting with you because of your accolades. I shouldn't be connecting with you because of what you've been awarded. I shouldn't be friends with you because of what you've accomplished. I should be friends with you because of the type of person you are, the type of values you have, the humility, the loyalty, the character that you carry, the type of presence you bring into the room. Because there's a lot of people who'll be multi-award winning and they'll still be a multi-award winning fool. Let's be honest, like, just because you've got multi-award winning and accolades in your bio, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, everything's tip top and everything's top notch. No, it doesn't. That's not what it's about. And society will tell you that someone is a good person or someone is a great friend or a great person to have in your life because of what they've accomplished or because what's in their bio. And that's not good enough. That is not good enough. You need to be able to connect with people because of their values and because of what they stand for, because of the fact that you connect with them. Because some people out here be BV, man. They be BV. This is something that I got from Nissy, who's one of my closest friends, and I spend a lot of time with her, and she's just like, yo, Hayley, some people be BV, and BV means bad vibes. Some people just be bad vibes, and it's okay. And I think one thing I definitely wanted to talk about on this podcast episode is that it's okay to keep some people and acquaintances. Don't force the friendship. Don't force it. Don't force it, please. Some people force their friendships, and it's like, you don't need to. You really don't. Just because of the fact that you know, you're seeing someone all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean you guys have to be close friends. And I want to, you know, as I said, I'm a person of faith and I go to church, right? And this is not necessarily just like, this is not about my church. This is about church in general, in the context of church. And I feel many people feel just because you go to church with someone, you guys need to be besties. No. We don't. We don't. That's it. Just because we go to church together, just because we worship together, just because of the fact that we have the same pastor, it doesn't necessarily mean we have to be besties. Like, yes, you're my brother and sister in Christ, but you're not my brother and sister in life. You're not my brother and sister in a life. You can be my brother and sister in Christ, but you don't necessarily need to be my brother or sister in life. And I think it's really, really important that we put a standard and boundaries up when it comes to our friendships. Boundaries is a book that I love. I'm reading right now. I put every single person I'm mentoring right now. I mentor over like 50 people. And I've got all of them. I've literally got every single one of them reading Boundaries right now. And all of them are coming back to me like, oh my gosh, Hayley, this book is good. Oh my gosh, like this book is saving me. This book is helping me. Reason being is because many of us have learned to entertain things that we shouldn't be entertaining at all, because we don't necessarily know boundaries and we don't know our boundaries. And we will allow people to step and walk over our boundaries because of the fact that you don't want to upset them, or because they've been your friend for this long, or they've been this, they've done that for you. It's like, no. Set the boundaries. Set the boundaries. And I think it's really important you have the boundaries, as I said. So I went to a speaking engagement about 2 weeks ago. The Church First Millennials by Susan Deborahs and Io. Amazing couple. I'll put their bio stuff. I'll put their information in the bio of this podcast. And I remember there was something that Susan Deborah said, and it really triggered me. And she was talking about the fact that sometimes you allow loyalty to blind you from character. Whew. Yeah, we're going to say that again. Sometimes you allow loyalty to blind you from character. And I find that many of us will see a lack of character somewhere. We will see that someone is lacking something. They're not contributing. They're not being the friend that they're called to be. But because of the loyalty, but because of how long you've spent with them, what you've done with them, what they've done for you, you will override where they have crossed the line because of your loyalty. And sometimes you need to put your hands down. You need to put your foot down and say, no, this friendship has come to an end. You know, it's hard. It's a hard thing to literally come to, I don't want to say acceptance, to accept that, this friendship's come to an end. Like, some of the hardest seasons I've ever had in my life is letting a friend go. It's been hard. It hurts. It hurts because you start to think, wow, like, what is life? Not in a thing of like, raw, like this life is now, but it's like, wow, like, I would have never known that me and you would stop being friends. Like, there's some people in my life who, they came into my life, we got super close, and then we just stopped talking. It's just like, whoa, like, this time last year I was with you every other day. This time last year we were doing events together. This, you know what I mean? And then, get to a point where not even a little WhatsApp chat, you get me? Or it's not even a deleting number if it gets so serious. And sometimes you do get to that point where you just have to let some friendships grow, and it's okay. It is okay. It's okay. And sometimes it's important for you to know when to let a friend go. Sometimes it's important for you to know, this friendship's coming to an end. And even at this event, there was Minister Adjoa, who is amazing. The Ramseys, they're amazing. I'm also going to put their acts as well. But Minister Adjoa was talking about how there's 4 levels of friendships, and there's your acquaintances, there's your casual friends, your close friends, and your intimate friends. I'm going to say this again. There's your acquaintances, your acquaintances, your casual friends, your close friends, and your intimate friends. Now, the difference between a close friend and an intimate friend, how I look at it, is that you can be close with someone, but you're not necessarily always intimate with them. So in the sense of we're in close proximity, I may share some things with you, but I may not share the most intimate things with you. And I may share intimate things with you in season. In a sense of my intimate friends, if I think about my best friend Fiona, I'm always updating with her the things that happen in my life every single day. I'm talking to her every single day. I'm updating with something. Someone like Nissy, she's updated with my life because she's my intimate friend. They're my intimate friends. But my close friend, I may see them and talk to them. I may catch up with them like once every month or once every 2 months. Sorry, pardon me. You know them ones when the burp is like, it's there, but it's not coming out, and you're just like, yeah. But that's basically me. But yeah, you may have a close friend and you want to share with them some things, but they're not as intimate, so you're not going to share them the nitty-gritty. So you may share them, I won this award, but your close friend, you may share when you've applied for this award. You understand? So the intimate friend, you may tell them when you've applied for the award. The close friend, you tell them when you've won the award, maybe. The casual friend is, the hi and bye. So it's very much a hi, you're right, okay. You can go out for lunch and coffee with. You share with them the outskirts. You don't share necessarily the nitty gritty. You can give them the recipe, but you're not going to cook them the food and then let them taste the food. You can give them the recipe and they cook it for themselves. You know what I mean? And, the acquaintances are the people that are hi and bye. You just like, oh, you're right, okay, boom, there's the followers. Those are the followers. And many of us are trying to put friendships on following. No, just because you follow me on Twitter, just because we have a great we can talk on DMs all day long, but it doesn't mean we're friends. It doesn't mean you're not my friend. Everyone watch you're not my friend. My effing kids. I love that line. We're not friends, by the who is the therapist of Michael Kyle. And I love that line. I'm not your friend. And it's true. It's true. Just because we're following each other, just because we're talking on Instagram DMs or Twitter DMs, just because we're liking each other's tweets or liking each other's posts on Instagram, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have a friendship. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have something to stand on. And I think many times we are kind of putting this this lie that, yeah, friends, like, no, we're followers. That's what we is, and that's where we're going to stay. Unless God, decides otherwise. But, just because we are following doesn't mean we're friends. So going back to the context of the 4 different levels, your acquaintances, sometimes it's okay for you to have acquaintances, and don't be so quick to take them to an intimate friend, because some people can't handle the most intimate parts of you. Can I repeat that? Some people can't handle the most intimate parts of you, and that's okay. I think sometimes you skip someone from acquaintance all the way to intimate friends. Like, no. Let's build it up first. First become my acquaintance, then let's become casual friends. Let's start speaking a bit more, then close friend, and then intimate friend. And there's different trusts at different levels. There's something that my pastor said one time, and he said, you need to be able to trust someone and measure how they handle that trust. If they break that trust at a casual friendship, they're going to break that trust in an intimate friendship. So how can you give them that responsibility to be intimate with you if they can't even handle being casual with you? And I think it's really important that we have to question what type of people are we entertaining in our life. And lastly, should I just say that, you attract what you are. Let me just say that you attract what you are. I think so many times we do focus on the toxic friendships. We're like, yeah, I've got toxic friendships. But it's like, what if it's you? What if it's you? What if you're the toxic friend? Because if you keep having toxic friends, and I have a reality check for you. You are the common denominator. You're the common denominator. And I think so many times we can be, my favorite scripture, don't try and say there's a plank, there's a stick in someone else's eye when you've got a plank in your own. Don't try and say, yeah, they're toxic. Maybe it's you that's toxic. Maybe that's you that's inconsistent. Maybe they don't want to hang around with you because you're negative. Maybe it's you. Sometimes you need to look at the man in the mirror. Oh, yeah. Listen, Michael Jackson said it best. Sometimes look at the man in the mirror. We sometimes just put this pressure and this standard onto everyone else, and we're not checking ourselves. And this is why I'm so down for accountability. Be accountable. Have accountability. Have accountability for your character. Have accountability for the humility. Have accountability for your accolades. Have accountability. Have accountability. Reason why is because I'm one person. Yes, I've got so many things I've accomplished, many things under my belt. I've been able to work with different clients, different leaders. I've spoken with over 40,000 people. Yeah, this is great. Okay, cool. But I need accountability. Reason being is because if I let this get to my head, and I'm not going to lie, in the past, I have allowed it to get to my head. In the past, I struggled with pride big time. I used to walk into the room and be like, you don't know who I am. I used to walk into the room with my head up high. I'd be like, yo, do you know who you're talking to, bro? People get reaching me, I'd be like, bro, I'm Hayley Mulenda, bro. I'm a multi-awarded speaker. Like, I would be willing to scrap or fight anyone because of the accolades that I have. And really, my accolades ain't jack. They don't mean jack. They don't mean anything. As I said, it's not about having the great titles and the great accolades. It's about you being a great person at the end of the day. And, me having accountability allows me to be accountable in sense of when I'm out of line or when I'm being checked out. Yo, I've got my friends that are ready to check me. If I'm out here doing something out of character, I've got my friends that are here to push me back in line and push me back to that place and be like, yo, hells, this ain't you. This ain't it. This ain't right. And the reason why many people even entertain toxic friendships is because having accountability, it hurts. It hurts. Having accountability, when you've got a friend that checks you for real, it's not easy. It is not easy. And I think you have to ask yourself as to whether you have great accountability around you, as to whether you have people who are going to check you for your character. I remember asking one of my mentees, what does love mean to you? You know, like Lauryn Hill, Miss Education Lauryn Hill, you know, when they're like, what is love? And the kids are like, love is, literally, I feel like I had that moment with my mentees, and I asked them, like, what is love? What does love mean to you? And people were like, love means time, love means presence. And one of them came out and said, no, love means correction. I said, oh, love is correction. And it's true, love is correction. The people who love me the most are the people who are not afraid to correct me. The people that I spend the time with the most, people that I love the most, are the people that I expect to correct me the most, because they love me enough. As I said from the first episode, they don't want to see me settle at good. They want to see me attain great and to reach greatness. And you have to ask yourself as to what type of friendships do you have? You know, as I said, we are definitely going to be speaking about different things throughout the podcast, and we have reached the end of episode 2. If you haven't, go back to episode 1 where I give an introduction and I talk about, you know, my greatest nightmare, and your greatest nightmare should be settling at good, and good isn't good enough. As I said, you can spot potential, but to settle at potential is not good. It's not good enough. So yeah, if you go back to the last episode, but this is episode 2, we are rounding it up, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Please make sure you follow us on all our socials in terms of at Hayley Mulenda, and also we have a Building You podcast community. So if you go to www.hayleyMulenda.com, and all the information is on there. At Hayley Mulenda on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You can connect me on all platforms, and at Building You Masterclass. If you want to actually attend our events, we have events not biannual. We have events twice every year. Where we literally bring people together to talk, as I said, personal development. And I can't wait to announce the next Building You Masterclass, which is taking place very, very soon. And we have a special guest, which I can't wait to announce. It's going to be announced on all my social media. And join our Slack community where you're literally going to have accountability. You have the opportunity to meet different people who are on the personal development journey with you. We are also going to be sharing different personal development events happening in London and all over the world. I want to build a worldwide community. I don't want this to just be a community based in London. I want it to be a community based from around the world. So make sure you tune in for the next episode. The next episode is going to be about finances. It's going to be about money. Oh man, I should have paid that cut. Money. Yeah, we're going to talk about money. Reason being is because I've seen that it's the F word. It is literally the F word. Finances is the F word. It's the swear word no one wants to talk about. Say the word finances, people. They get scared. As a speaker, as a businesswoman, whenever I bring up finances, before I used to be so scared to bring up finances. I used to ask my PA or someone else in my team to bring up finances to my client. Now, no. They'll be like, Hayley, how much do you charge? I'll be like, yeah, I do this X. I'll literally come and say my fee and not feel any type of way about it, because how do you expect yourself to have a healthy relationship with money if you are too scared to talk about it, if you're too scared to tackle it? And I'm going to be, also highlighting that in June. We're running an event. I'm going to talk about in the next episode properly, but we're running an event in June called Impact Meets Income, and yeah, we can't wait. Literally teaching creatives, teaching speakers, teaching different types of people how to make money from the impact they're making. Impact comes first, and income, it's okay for income to come from impact. So guys, thank you so much for listening. It's your girl Hayley Mulenda, Building You Podcast. We out.